options for the opposition. Can't blame them, they just wanna be in my position. Effortlessly breaking records while they stare. Ready for wherever, oh so overly prepared. Yeah, you looking at the chosen one. I said you looking at the chosen one. I was made for this. You know that I was made for this. I was made for this. You know that I was made for this. I was made for this. You know that I was made for this. Oh yeah. I was made for this. Yeah. You know that I was made for this. Alright. Running great, now I'm showing up. You looking at the chosen one. Woo. I was made for this. You know that I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. If you can see me, you can hear me, throw a number 1 in the chat. We're going to be going for somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, I think, based upon how I've timed this all out, because we're going to be working to design your ultimate life, set goals around your network marketing business, and then we're going to do an interactive exercise that we're actually going to go to work today. We're not just going to take notes. We're going to go to work. And I'm going to teach you how to prepare, how to load up your business, how to prepare to close 2023. Because let me tell you what, I don't want to say failures or losers, but let me tell you what amateurs do. Amateurs, even if you're here, amateurs take all their notes and say, you know what? I got a lot of stuff going on. All right, Jano, don't hate it. We see where you're from, bro. It's fine. It's fine. All the flags are going crazy. I got you. I know you're proud of where you are. Wonderful. Fantastic. Here's what amateurs do. Amateurs take the notes. They think about their future. They think about their hopes and dreams. They think about their plans. And then what do they do around this time of year? What do they think? Who can guess? What do they think? Anybody guess in the chat? January 1st. That's it. I'm going to wait till January 1st. I'm going to get through these holidays. I'm going to have the ultimate plan. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to start January 1. That's what amateurs do. I'm going to tell you, between now and January 1 is one very important season. And the other important season, you know what it is? You know, it's the lowest, least productive season of the year. If you had to pick a 3-week season of any year, here's what it is. From January 26th to, December 26th, the day after Christmas, to January 15th. It's slower than the summer. From December 26th to January 15th. So, 2 things I will tell you. First, we're going to be mapping out the whole year. But second, towards the end of this training, I'm going to be teaching you specifically and working with you to load up and take advantage of now to December 26th. And then I want you to create some strategy to be able to kick off more activity from December 26th to January 15th. Because from now to January 15th, which is a little over a month, if you really maximize this season, your 2024 is completely different. 100% different. So if you're up for that, I'm up to be able to do it. I don't want you to do what amateurs do. This is about creating a business plan for the next 12 months, but also for the next 30 days. Now, I hope you're ready. All right, we don't need to see any more countries. We got your countries. It's wonderful, fantastic. We got your countries. We see you. We see you. And we appreciate you. Love you. Let's focus. If you're typing your country, you're not taking notes, okay? So I want you to be focused on taking some notes. everybody. Focus on taking some notes. Do you have paper? Do you have writing utensils? Do you have something ready to go? All right. If you're typing your country in right now, you're not listening. That was 5 minutes ago. Now we're going to get to work. Okay. Capture all this information because I'm going to be giving you a lot in a pretty short period of time. You're going to have some of this that'll turn into a game plan, and some of it's going to turn into assignments and homework that you're going to have to do when this is over. So for those of you I haven't met, let me just introduce myself. My name is Eric Worre. I've been involved in the network marketing profession for 35 years now. I'm probably best known for the book GoPro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. That's sold over 4 million copies around the world. Lots of different languages. We host the biggest events, and I've helped about 1,000 people earn $1 million a year in network marketing. I've helped tens of thousands of people earn 6 figures a year in network marketing, and I've helped millions of people have a nice part-time experience, a nice part-time business. And I say all that to just tell you I'm very confident that I can help you. So let's start with some big questions, okay? Big question number 1. Why did you join network marketing in the first place? And some of you might want to have your phones ready if you're watching this on a laptop or whatever to take pictures of these questions. Why did you join network marketing in the first place? And we could probably send these slides out to everybody that registered, right? Can we or can't we? It's a humongous file. All right, maybe we'll figure out a way to dumb it down and get it out to everybody. But anyway, don't assume that that's going to happen. Just take good notes. Why did you join network marketing in the first place? Financial freedom, extra money, needed a job. But I want you to really think about this, okay? You don't need to tell me right now, okay? I want you to think about this. Why did you join in the first place? What was on your mind? For me, I just hoped I could make some money. That was my initial reason. Some people talk about you need a why. You need a strong why. You need a why that makes you cry. My why was just to make some money. I just needed to make some money. And I was hoping I could get my money back and make a little bit. That was it at the beginning. And then my why evolved. But question number 2 is this. Are you tired of playing beneath your potential? If you're tired of playing underneath your potential, put a number 2 in the chat. If you're just tired of it, you're sick of it. No more of this playing small. You're just, you've been crawling along in network marketing. You're just tired of playing small, trying to figure out how and why you're not playing bigger. And question number 3, are you prepared to do what's necessary to have a breakthrough? If the answer to that is yes, put a 3 in the chat. I want to see if you're serious now as we enter into this conversation. Good. That's the biggest thing. So if anybody hasn't told you recently, let me just tell you, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for becoming an entrepreneur. I'm proud of you for choosing network marketing as your vehicle. I'm proud of you for being here today. Lots of people could and should, but you did. You found a way. So you're different. You're special. And the fact that you're here tells me a lot about you. So I'm proud of you. So here's what we're going to accomplish today. Let me give you a quick list. And this is a summary, and then I'm going to break it all down. Okay, we'll go one by one. We're going to do a self-assessment. We're going to have you assess yourself. Figure out your beliefs, your strengths, your weaknesses. I want you to evaluate yourself. Awareness is a very rare skill. Being aware of where you are right now. Being aware. So self-assessment is really, really important. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer those honestly. That's the first thing we're going to do. So next, we're going to have you do a team audit. Some of this will happen today, and some of this will happen after you leave today. But I want you to evaluate your team and find out what you have to work with as we enter this next 12 months. Okay. So self-assessment 1, team audit number 2. Number 3, we're going to audit what are the assets and resources that you have available to you. What can you use? What's available? You know, if I'm thirsty, this is available to drink, right? If I need to see better, these glasses are available. They're a resource for me. And whether you have a team or not, Sean, don't worry about it. I don't have a team. You're here. Your team audit is you don't have a team. It's easy. Answer that question real fast. Now we'll work on your self-awareness and we'll work on your skills in order to be able to have a team when we have this conversation a year from now. Fair? All right. So don't worry about whether you have a team or not. Doesn't matter. What matters is you're here and we're going to give you a roadmap so you can maximize your potential. So self-assessment, team audit, and assets and resources audit. We're going to talk about how can we develop a better you? How can we improve you? Those of you who says, it's just me, or, you know, I have a team, but I wouldn't even call them really a team, you know, because I haven't talked to them in a while. So if it's just you, you're the most important thing. You are the asset, just so you know. You. One person who's made a decision in this business is a majority. One person who makes a decision, comes up with a great plan, is enough to be able to change your market, change your city, change your region, change your country, change the world. One person. There'll be people on this Zoom that will impact millions of people, and they have nobody on their team right now. The key to making that real is we have to develop a better you. Let's pull out the best version of you. Let's create a game plan so you can strengthen you. Okay? All right, next. We're going to do a goal setting workshop. For you, what is your goals? What are your goals? And we're going to walk through. I'm going to basically ask you a bunch of questions, and I want you to fill in the blanks. Your personal goal setting workshop. This is the best time of year for me. It always has been to figure out a better plan. We're also going to do a vision workshop. How can you expand your vision? We'll talk a bit more about this, but how do you take what's in your head, your imagination of what you can see in the future, and share it with more people in a way that is exciting, that attracts people, that ignites their action, that causes them to spend the time, that wants them to be closer to you? How strong can we develop your vision? Some of you are either repeating the vision of the people who brought you in or your company, but your vision for the future, when you go talk to, if you don't have a team, if you're talking to prospects, what's your vision? If you're talking to the world, what's your vision? Your vision is very important. So we're going to work on that. Next, your game plan. So we have goals, we have our vision, and now what's the game plan that we're going to use in order to make this all real? How can we take what's in your head and get it into action? What's the strategy in order to be able to do that? We're going to talk about commitment, making a real commitment. We're going to talk about making a real decision. And then we're going to have an interactive challenge to help you load up and close 2023 strong. Okay? So I want you to think about today in two ways. Jessica says, dang, this is a lot. Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to design your life, should you be able to design your life in 15 minutes? I mean, it's like, this is the real stuff. We have to figure out a business plan instead of just crossing our fingers hoping for the best. We got to put a little work in. I've helped tons of people. I've helped millions and millions and millions of people. I can help you, but you got to listen. You got to capture this information, and then you need to put it into action. And we'll talk about how to constantly improve and how you can put it into action. I want you to think about today in two ways, two specific ways. One, how this can help you. How this can help you. So how you can create a better plan, how you can set better goals, how you can expand your vision, how you can take care of you. Like they say when you get on an airplane, put your oxygen mask on first and then help others. For many of you, you can't help others until you figure out how to help yourself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family. You need to take care of your health. You need to take care of all kinds of personal things so you are equipped to help others. So, one, how this can help you. And two, how you can use this to help others. Use this information and pass it forward. Be able to sit down with somebody and say, let me show you the process that I went through to develop a better me, and let me share that process so you can develop a better you. Okay? So I always want you to be thinking about one important word. Success is about leverage. Success is about leverage. If you can help yourself, that's one thing. But if you can apply leverage and help others and teach them how to teach their people, how to teach their people, how to teach their people, the sky's the limit. You can go as high as you can imagine going. So I want you to be thinking about, instead of these limiting beliefs, it's only me and I don't have really a team and all this stuff. Guess what? Every single $1 million earner in network marketing at one point had nobody on their team. I have a friend that joined something like 18 companies over the course of 13 years and never sponsored one person. Not one person. And today, he's earned 30 million, 25 million. So I'm not worrying about where you are right now or what failures you've had in the past. We have to let that stuff go. We're going to talk about this in a bit, but don't argue too hard for your limiting beliefs. Because if you argue for them and you rationalize them and you fight for them, then you're going to get to keep them. And a limiting belief is something that is causing you to play smaller than your potential. Some rationale, some excuse that you're using to play small. Okay? So, before we start, a lot of people have been asking me about the GoPro experience that we just had December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of this last year. How many of you attended either in person or virtually? Put a number 1 in the chat just so I can see. A lot of you attended. Okay, fantastic. Well, look at you guys. Wow. So we opened up the replay. That replay ends today at midnight tonight. But I want to tell you quickly. Okay, we don't need any more number 1s. We got them. I can see you're here. I forget. Sometimes I'm asking a question of 20,000 people. So it's, I should know better. All right, got your ones. I got it. Fantastic. I love you. So GoPro 2024 is going to be amazing. So I want to tell you very quickly before we start about GoPro 2024, December 6th through the 8th. And it's also a way to get a replay of GoPro 2023. Okay, so you can get a ticket. We went nuts on the early bird special. You can get a ticket for GoPro 2024 for $47. Okay, 2-day event, the 6th and the 7th of this year. And if you get a VIP ticket, which includes the 3rd day, so $47, you can get the 2-day GoPro experience. The 3rd VIP leadership day is December 8th. You can get a VIP ticket, and that includes replays of GoPro 2023 and GoPro 2022. So you get both of those replays if you get a VIP ticket for GoPro 2024. If you get the $47 ticket, you're going to lock yourself in. It's great. But if you want to get the replays of 2023, and everybody's been raving about 2023, if you haven't seen it, you should have that. You'll own that forever if you get a VIP ticket for this next year. Okay? Now, Then we have an in-person. This is only, it's almost sold out already. There's an in-person event that's for all 3 days in our studio, party at my home, lunches and all the perks and parties and everything else. That's $3,000. So show the next thing. So just the early bird pricing on all of this, if you just go to GoPro2024.com, every single one of you should get at least a $47 ticket and have everybody in your team do the same thing. If you want to get the replay to GoPro 2023 and GoPro 2022, get the VIP ticket for $197 and $3,000 for in-person. I was talking to one of the big companies yesterday, meeting with one of the giants in network marketing yesterday. And they were asking me, they said, so tell me about your GoPro event. So I told them, and they said, like, hold on. How much do you charge for like 1 day of speaking? And I charge roughly $100,000 for 1 day of speaking. So they said, you're doing 3 days of training and you're letting people access 3 days of training for $200. I said, yeah. And as I'm saying it, I said, yeah, that's a little nuts. I agree. That's a little crazy that people can do that because I do. Those are my fees. That's what I charge. So I'm just telling you, whether it's 47 or 197, whatever you're going to do, again, think about how you can use this for yourself. I want you to think for a second. Now, and this is not about selling you GoPro tickets. It's literally not. You buy a ticket or you don't, it's not going to change my life one bit. If you do, it can change yours. And I want you to think about leverage again. Remember, we talked leverage. If you get a ticket for GoPro 2024, whether it's $47, $197, or $3,000, are you now a different person for the next 12 months? Are you now more focused? Are you now more determined? Will it cause you to stay in the game when maybe you might be discouraged? 100% it will. You're saying, yeah, it's a year in advance. How can that change anything? I'm telling you, it'll change something. You click the button and you get that. It will change you. And second, how can you use GoPro 2024 to help other people? If everybody in your team has a ticket, let's say you have 100 people on the team, okay? Again, I'm talking about leverage now. 100 people on the team. You have 50 people who buy a ticket right now for GoPro 2024. And you have 50 people who say, I'll think about it and I'll do it later. Take two of those teams. Which one of those teams is going to be productive? A or B? Which one? It's not even a hard question. So if we're trying to help people step into a bigger version of themselves, helping them make little decisions is going to have a big impact. So small, but a very effective focus and retention tool. Okay? Get the people to lock in a seat. Get your people to get their replays of the last one. Get your people focused, okay? So throw up the link in the barcode so people take a picture of this. Take a picture of this so you have this for you and your team. Yes, it's all, the first two are virtual. The only in-person is the 3,000 one. That's the only one. It's live, but it's virtual, delivered wherever you are in the world. Okay? Take the picture and you're ready to go. Okay, let's move forward. Let's start with a self-assessment. You ready? You ready for self-assessment? Here we go. Question number one, and I want you to just think about these, and you'll be able to take a screenshot of all these questions when we're done with them. But question number one is this. Where are you right now? Oh, never mind. Where are you right now on all of these following things? One, and I want you to be honest. And what I mean by where are you right now, pull back the personal customers. First one, there you go. Where are you right now? Be honest, please. Are you using your product and service absolutely as it's prescribed, as often as it's recommended? Be honest. Be honest. Lots of no's and yeses. Could you improve on that? Yeah, you can improve on that. If any of you are bothered by the chat because there's too much chat, you can just minimize that little bar and you don't have to look at it. So don't worry about it. So I will tell you, if I put a hidden camera in your house and we tracked how many of you are actually using your product as it's prescribed, as regularly as it was recommended, and more than just one of the products, but you really made it part of your lifestyle. I would say maybe half of you are doing it as recommended. For the other half that are not, I just want you to up your game, because here's the thing. When you totally sell out to your products, when you totally commit to your products or services, your belief level changes. Your emotional attachment changes. Your energy changes when you go talk to other people. So that's just the first question. On using your products and services, where are you right now? Second question. When it comes to personal customers, how many personal customers do you have? How many product customers do you have? And approximately, how many product customers do you have? There's a bunch of zeros, but there's also some big numbers. See the difference? Now, you have the same product as somebody who's doing well with your company, of course, but personal customers is going to come as a byproduct of you having more conversations with people and you helping to educate those people in a way that has them at least willing to try it. Personal customers. How many, this is a big one, how many personally enrolled distributors, whatever you call it in your company, how many personally enrolled? How many did you bring in? How many did you sponsor? Whatever language you want to use. Again, big variety of numbers. And just as a side note, there's 4 things that we do in network marketing. 1, we sell valuable products and services using word-of-mouth advertising. Okay? We all sell. Nothing happens in any compensation plan unless you're selling something to a customer. That's what triggers compensation. It's the only thing that triggers compensation. 2, we recruit an ever-expanding team of other people who are out there selling. So we start to add some leverage. It's not just about you anymore. Now you can expand a team, and there's no limits to the number of people that you can personally involve. You can involve as many as you are skilled enough to involve. We're going to talk about those skills. Number 3, we duplicate the process. We teach people how to teach people, how to teach people, how to teach people, and we start to turbocharge the leverage in our business. Sell, recruit, duplicate, and the 4th thing that we do is we lead. We improve the productivity of the teams that we have based upon our leadership. Okay? 2 teams equal size. One has a great leader. The other one has a terrible leader. The great leader is going to outperform the terrible leader. Same group of people underneath them. Leadership matters. We're going to talk about all 4 things. So I don't want you to think about what you want to have. I don't want you to get stuck in the weeds of active versus inactive and all that stuff. Don't get stuck in the weeds of that. I just want to know, are you using your product or service? How many personal customers have you signed up, enrolled, whatever language you use? How many personally enrolled distributors have you brought into your business since you started with your company? Okay? I just want to know the number. I don't need to know anything else. Sounds like a pyramid scheme, right? Whatever. Those 4 things are what we're going to be focused on. Next question. What is your total team size? How many people total on your team? Now, I'm talking about distributors now, not just customers. If there's a differentiation in your company, how many on your total team do you have right this moment? That's question number 4. This is just awareness, just assessment, just trying to figure things out of where you're at. These are the questions that I sit down and ask you if we're just talking personally and we're mapping out a game plan, and that's how I want you to think about it, okay? Next, do you have an international business? If you are in more than one country, how many countries do you have some representation? Think about how many countries, what are those countries, where do you have teams? This is part of just assessing where you're at. I just need a number. How many countries? Personal rank. What is your rank right this moment? I know there's a lot of different names for rank, but what is your rank? This is part of your assessment. You don't even necessarily have to type it out. Just write the answers to these questions on a piece of paper, because if you have a piece of paper, just, am I using the products and services? What percentage? Up to 100%. Very few of you are using it 100%. So what's your percentage? How many personal customers? Number. How many enrolled distributors? Number. What's my team size? Number. What's my international business? List the countries. What's my personal rank? And write it down. Because we're going to use this same list to be able to create goals against. So what I'm trying to have you do is to draw a line in the sand, put a stake in the ground, and saying, this is what I'm going to measure myself against for the next 12 months. When I come back 12 months from now, I want to be able to look back and say, here's where I was, and here's where I am today. And don't worry about how we're going to do it, and don't worry about making that happen. Yeah, we'll give you plenty of time so you can see everything. Next is, what is your current monthly income? How much are you making a month? You can take November if you'd like. How much are you making? You don't have to put it in the chat if you don't want to, but I want you to write it down. If you want to put it in the chat, go ahead. How much are you making per month? Per month in your business right now? Where are you at? Bunch of zeros to a bunch of big numbers. We're going to find out why and how, and we're going to get to all that. Proud of all of you that aren't at a monthly income right now, but you're ready to get one. Fantastic. If you slow down that scroll, you're going to see some big numbers in there, and there's nothing different about them. There's nothing that they have special that you don't have. If they can do it, you can do it. Okay? Next, what's your time commitment? How much are you devoting to building your network marketing business? Call it on a weekly basis. How many hours per week are you committed? You devoted to your network marketing business? How many? What is your current, not your commitment for the future. I'm talking about what you've been doing. What are you doing this week? What did you do last week? How many hours a week are you putting in to growing your network marketing business? Your time commitment. Now we're going to work to help you become more efficient with that time, because some of you are wasting a lot of time, and we're going to get into that. But actual income producing activity we're going to get to. But right now, I just want to know the total number of hours per week that you are committing to your business. Know where that's at. Next question, how consistent are you? If you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, when it came to 10 being absolutely consistent and 1 being wildly inconsistent, where are you? Are you hot and cold? Are you cold most of the time, hot every once in a while? Where are you on your consistency, a scale of 1 to 10? And awareness now. This is just being honest. Okay? So I love that it's in the chat, but I want to make sure you have it on paper as well. Please make sure you have it written down as well, because we're going to be comparing this to what your goals are, and then we're going to be taking a look at this a year from now. Consistency is very important. Another one we're going to talk about a bit is health. Your health is actually very important. If you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to be able to enjoy what you create, if you want to be able to step into your purpose longer than people who don't take care of their health, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're honest, What is your health right now? Scale 1, 10 being super healthy, 1 being very unhealthy. Be honest. Be honest. So for me, just honestly, I'm way heavier than I should be. My health is not where it should be. My doctor says I have too much visceral fat. That has to go. I've got to be able to lean up, eat better. I got to move my body a little bit more. Now I've improved a lot from the last couple of years, but I'm just going to tell you, be aware of where your health is and right now, and be honest about it. Okay. Because we need you around as long as possible. So next is focus. On a scale of 1 to 10, how focused are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how focused are you? 10, extremely focused. 1, every time there's a butterfly that comes in the room, we lost you. I remember watching the movie Limitless. Remember the movie Limitless? When Bradley Cooper's sitting down with Robert De Niro and they're in a restaurant and Bradley Cooper's distracted. And Robert De Niro says, "Are you one of those guys that if there's a television on in the room, we lose you?" I was like, wow, that's pretty good, because you know those people? Are you one of those people that 1, 2, 3, all of a sudden you realize you've been scrolling for 2 hours for no apparent reason? Do you? Yeah, it depends on what's on the TV. Do you get distracted? Are you laser focused? You want to take a look at the very successful people. They're very, very focused. And the last question, and you may or may not want to answer this, is what is your net worth? What is your net worth at the end of this year? If you take all of your assets and you subtract all of your liabilities, what is your net worth? This is a tough one, but you need to be very aware of this. A lot of in the holes, a lot of negatives, negative net worth. I've been on all sides of this, but listen, this is something that if you want to change, your net worth can change from your network marketing business. What's the value of every asset that you have? Everything that you own. And what are the liabilities? What are all the things that you owe or you're responsible for? And what's the difference? That's your net worth. So there's all the way from millions to negative. But when I started in network marketing, I was a negative. And even though I made some money, I stayed negative for 2 to 3 years. Basically spent everything I made constantly. Didn't have any assets to speak of. And it took some time for me to realize that if I paid attention to this, that I could grow my net worth. And you know what the key is to growing your net worth? So those of you that are zero at a negative, you know what it is? Self-investment. You invest in you. You develop you as an asset. You grow you. Yeah? You expand you. You strengthen you. And once you grow you, your value to the world will change. And when your value to the world changes, your income capabilities are going to change. And when your income capabilities change, if you're aware of what you're doing with your money, then you can start to change your net worth profile. And it does, I don't care how much it goes up, it just goes up a little bit at a time. I started my self-investment. I bought a course from a guy by the name of Jim Rohn. It was an audio course called The Challenge to Succeed. It was a 3-hour audio course. It cost me $67, I think, to do it. And I had no money. I owed everybody. I was totally in debt. Okay. And I got that program and I started to listen and I started to use the information in order to be able to improve my value to the marketplace. You know, the things that Jim Rohn had a knack of saying is, you know, some people say, well, the company doesn't pay enough, or the company doesn't pay much. And what he would say, no. The company pays out a lot. The company just doesn't pay you. Like, oh, got me. And the other thing he told me, I was very privileged to get to know him personally. He said, you know, one of the things I love about network marketing is it pays you exactly to the penny in relation to the value that you're bringing to the organization. So if you're getting 0 right now, that means you're not bringing the organization any value. Now, I know that's not what you want. I know you want to bring more value. And what we're going to do today is help you get to that value. So I don't want you to despair with this and feel bad about it, but be aware. I'm not bringing any value, or I'm only bringing $500 worth of value. Because guess what? The computer and the whole comp plan, it can't tell anything but your productivity. That's the only thing it can tell. How many customers have you brought? How many distributors? How big is your team? And how much value you're bringing to the organization. That's the only thing it can tell. So once I realized, like, dang, if I don't change, nothing's going to change. If I don't bring more value, when I first heard that, you're getting paid exactly to the penny how much you are worth to the organization. Now, what you're worth in the eyes of God, what you're worth to your family, what you're worth to your community, that's a different thing. I'm just talking about worth to the organization. You're going to get paid to the penny exactly in relation to the people you are helping and the volume and sales you're bringing. So, I hated that. It's like looking at the paycheck was like looking at myself in the mirror. I hated that. I argued with it. I fought with it. I wrestled with it. I had my blame list. Yeah, but you don't understand. My situation's different. All this stuff. And I finally realized, nope, that's right. That's right. Nobody's buying my excuses. I got to change. All right, so now the same list. Throw up the same list again. Same list. Where would you like to be in 12 months? On a percentage, 100% totally all in on your products or services compared to where you are today. Where do you want to be in 12 months? How many customers are you willing to add between now and 12 months from today? How many personal distributors are you planning to enroll in the next 12 months? Personal distributors, personal customers. How many? Personal customers, personal distributors. What is a goal for your team size? How big do you want your team to be in a year? And you'll be surprised. Once you get some of the stuff that I'm sharing with you today, your team can grow really fast. Really, really fast. How big do you want your team to be? How many countries do you want to be in 12 months from today? Whatever that number, you have your number where it is now and where it's going to be. Because the answers to these questions, once we get, all right, here's a gap. Let me do it this way. I got my magic board here. So if I take, let me just do customers, distributors, team, or the other ones. I'm just going to assume on your products, right? International. And let's say you have 5 customers, 0 distributors, 0 people on your team, and 1 country, and that's your country. Then I want you to say, this is now, and 1 year. Now I want you to say, all right, I want to have 50 customers. I want to have 20 personally enrolled distributors. I want to have 60 people on the team. So those 20 bring in some. And I want to be in 4 countries. Okay, if you do that, that's going to create the gap, right? That's going to create the goal. That's going to create what we're aiming at. So that's going to mean you need 45 more customers. You're going to need 20 here. You're going to need 60 here. And you're going to need 3 more here. Make sense? It's obvious, right? Would it make sense? Okay, so all of these, throw all the questions back up again. Take a picture of this, and I want you to ask all the questions, or answer all the questions. Where are you right now? And then I want you to think about it. It might take some time. You might not be able to get there right this second. Where more distributors than customers? Terry's asking. Look, with this, 20 personally enrolled, 50 customers, 20 personally enrolled distributors, 60 people on the team because those distributors are going to be bringing some in. You understand? Oops. What do I do? Go back here? Yeah. 60 people on the team. You're going to help some of those people bring those back in, and off you go. Whatever yours is going to be, it's going to be. So, again, make a list of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 questions. Where are you now? And what is a goal for a year from now? Okay? So that's an assignment. It's going to take a little time and thinking. What rank do you want to be at? What do you want your monthly income to be? What's your time consistency? What's your health goals? What's your focus? What's your net worth? Your net worth is 0 today. What do you want your net worth to be in 12 months? Make that a priority. Understand? If you're asking which Jim Rohn program, just all of them. Go find Jim Rohn and get everything. Go on YouTube and watch everything. It's easy to find. Let's focus on this. All right, now, big question for all of you. You ready? We're going to be honest now, right? What's stopping you? What's getting in the way? I want you to answer this question, and I want you to be honest. I would be more successful if what? I would be more successful if what? If I was a hard worker, if I had more courage, if I was more organized, if people said yes, if I was more consistent, if I had more time, if I had more skills, if I could cure cancer, if I was bold, if I didn't quit, if I had more, boy, it's hard to read going so fast. If I were blonde, stop it. Hair didn't stop me. If I was better at time management, if my posture was different, if I did what I know to do, Teresa, thank you. If I did what I know to do, I know what to do, but I can't get myself to do what I know. Why? What's the matter with me? If I got out of the way to do it, if I made a decision, if people had bigger budgets, if I wasn't a single mom, if I believed in myself, if I could travel, if I had additional employees, if I didn't worry about what other people thought, if I stopped sabotaging myself, this is the most important question of the day. And I'd like you to really just think about this. You would be more successful if what? If what? And if there's more than one reason, I want to know. If my upline was better, if my company had more translations, if this training had more translations than just English, then I'd be more successful for sure. If what? If I wasn't an introvert, if I had time, if I had more money, if I was more influential, if I bought Bitcoin in 2010, if I had a product, if I believed in myself, if the company wasn't on back order, if the company had their shit together, whatever, if I wasn't sick, if I was more focused, more consistent, guess what we're really, really good at in our business? You know what we're really, really good at? Rationalizing why we're not doing better. We're really, really good at justifying our lack of productivity. We're really, really good at blaming other people for our problems. We're amazing at deflecting. Don't look at me. It's not me. My downline just won't do anything. Don't look at me. My upline won't help me. Don't look at me. It's these products. They're too expensive. Don't look at me. We're so good at it. I'm too handsome, somebody said. Yeah, wow. Big problem. If I wasn't so handsome, I'd be making more money. If I look like Eric, I could make a lot of money. But since I don't, and I'm way, way more handsome, then, you know, people don't treat me seriously. So I do, that sounds like a funny thing, right? But take like an amazing looking woman, you know, the world would call her a 10. Some of the 10s out there, some of the 10s that are on this Zoom right now, they're like, man, women are intimidated by me and guys won't treat me seriously. Everybody just wants to sleep with me, you know, so how can I succeed with this environment? That is a challenge, and you do have to overcome it, for sure. Because if you're a 10, women are going to be intimidated by you. And men are going to have agendas and wanting to be on your team. They're going to want to have lots of private meetings. But so you have to learn, ladies. All you 10s out there, you know who you are. You have to learn to turn the business side on and not lean on that particular set of assets, let's say. So, not what you expected to hear, right? But look, you do it right, turn it into a superpower. You're going to be fine. I'm not ugly enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not an influencer. If I was more charismatic, if I wasn't so introverted, if I wasn't so scared of going live on social, if I understood technology, if. I want you to really be aware of answering that question and taking a hard look at that list. Because in that list is your breakthrough. In that list, acknowledging it, that's where you're going to find your breakthrough. So, let's talk about your mindset. And a lot of this you already talked about, but talk about mindset. Oh. Oh, do we have that or no? Okay. All right. Got it. The difference between my slides and my notes. So, sorry. So, to fill in these blanks, doubts and fears. I had plenty. I felt like I was an imposter. I felt like I wasn't worthy. Inconsistency. I want you to make a list of these things, right? Write them down. Doubts and fears. Inconsistency. Lack of focus. Lack of confidence. Old programming, old excuses that have worked for you your whole life, and bad habits. So I'll say it again. Somebody type it into the chat for me. Doubts and fears, inconsistency, thank you, Marcy, lack of focus, lack of confidence, old programming, old excuses, and bad habits. Which of those apply? Now, again, I'm asking you to be aware of this. And now I'm asking you, can you use this same question for your team so they can become aware of it too? Guess what's even better than saying, follow me, I'm bulletproof? Guess what's better than that? Saying, guess what? I have doubts and fears too. And let's go face them together. You're afraid, I'm afraid. You're inconsistent, I'm inconsistent. Let's figure out how we're going to do it together. Let's. Instead of you, let's. Let's you and me do it together. The other things that might be stopping you is a lack of recruiting skills. You might not be able to find prospects, inviting, presenting, follow up, and enrolling. Prospects, inviting, presenting, follow up, and enrolling. You might lack the skills. You might have the good attitude, but you lack the skills. The great thing for me, I will just tell you, as I joined network marketing, the greatest thing that happened to me is I could find out what the skills were I needed to learn here. And if I learned these skills, and I found out that anybody can learn these skills, anybody can learn how to find prospects. Anybody can learn how to invite effectively. Anybody can learn how to present either themselves or with a tool or with an event. Anybody can learn how to follow up effectively, and anyone can learn how to enroll. I was probably the worst student ever in formal education, but I could learn those 5 things. And you know what I love about network marketing? What I love about it is it will wait for you. Those of you who are sitting with zeros, network marketing will wait for you. It won't fire you. It won't kick you out. It won't say, time's up, you got to go. It'll wait for you to become a better you. And when you become a better you, it will reward you in real time. It'll reward you. So if your mindset is a gap, I want you to understand, to take a look. And again, like we made a list, let's go back to this again. So if you did whoa, how did I do that? All right, I got to go to this. How do I get to the writer thing? I'm trying to find the writing utensil thing. Ah, I see the pen. Doesn't look like a pen. All right, so mindset. What is it now? And where do you want it to be a year from now? Okay? Then you have skill set. Say your recruiting skills. Where are you now and where you want to be? Scale of 1 to 10. Now, scale of 1 to 10, where do you want to be? When it comes to recruiting, let's just call this recruiting. Sorry for my handwriting. Now take your duplication skills. Where are you now? And where do you want to be? I felt so embarrassed that I could bring, first of all, I didn't feel like I could bring people in effectively. So I finally got recruiting done. Okay. So I added people. Then I just didn't know what to do with them. And I felt bad that I wasn't better at teaching them how to duplicate. I felt guilty. So duplication skills, where are you today? Where do you want to be a year from today? And then you're going to figure out what's your plan. You put your plan over here to close all these gaps. Another one, That says accountability for those of you who don't understand how to read my terrible writing. Accountability is kind of amazing because I found that I needed accountability. I needed somebody to force me to do what I needed to do. I needed to put myself in an environment that would cause me to take action. Because guess what? What I was here was part of my programming, right? Part of my programming, my mental programming was, if somebody was watching, I'm ready to perform. If somebody was watching, I'd eat well. If somebody was watching, I'd be efficient. If somebody was watching, I'd be a better version of myself. But as soon as somebody wasn't watching, I go find the ice cream. As soon as somebody wasn't watching, I'd take a day off. As soon as somebody wasn't watching. So I learned one of the secrets for me to my breakthrough in my network marketing business was holding myself accountable and knowing that I wasn't enough. Again, look, I tried to say, I'm going to pretend that there's two versions of Eric. Eric 1, who's the boss, Eric 2, who's the employee. And Eric 1's going to be a tough boss, and he's going to force Eric 2 to do what he's supposed to do. Okay? So I played with my mind. Larissa, you want ice cream now? I do too. Isn't that bad? See what I'm saying? See how bad this is going to be? I'm glad there's people around my house that'll judge me as soon as I start walking towards the freezer. So accountability, I learned that I wasn't strong enough. I needed to have other people hold me accountable. I needed to have my upline hold me accountable. I needed to have people I respect hold me accountable. I needed to have people on social media hold me accountable. I needed to put myself in an environment where I would be embarrassed if I did certain things when nobody was watching. So what's the accountability structure you have to make sure that you're operating at your full potential right now? And what do you want it to be? If you don't trust you with idle time, if you don't trust you against negotiating with yourself, and I'm doing this right now, I'll just be honest with you. So my doctor and my anti-aging guy tells me cold plunge, cold plunge, cold plunge. Got to do a cold plunge. Cold plunge is the thing, right? Anybody ever done a cold plunge? Bro, it is freaking cold showers, nothing. So I've ordered a cold plunge. I don't have one yet, but it's going to go right outside the house, next to my bedroom, right? It doesn't come till January. They're all backed up because everybody's involved in cold plunges now. Tony Robbins told me about it years ago. I ignored it. But my pool, I'm in Vegas, the pool, we turn off the heater in the winter and the pool gets to 48 degrees. 48 degrees. So doc says 3 minutes of cold plunge. So I'll just tell you this morning, a couple days ago, I say, okay, I'm going to do it. So as soon as you get up, go in the cold plunge. You go in 3 minutes. 3 minutes, set my timer, 3 minutes. First minute, total agony. Second minute, everything's burning. Third minute you start to get a little bit numb, right? And you get out and you feel amazing when you get out. I don't know if it's just relief or endorphins or whatever it is, but you feel amazing. So this morning, my plan, last night when I went to bed, we traveled yesterday. I was back home last night, wanted to get a good night's sleep, be ready for today. And my alarm clock went off at 8 o'clock and my negotiations kicked in. I'm like, if I get a little bit more rest, this webinar is not till 11. And, so I'm just going to, I need a little me time, so I scroll a little bit on my phone and I check in with the team and I do all this stuff. And then I go into the kitchen and I have a little breakfast and, I still can do it. No, but no, there's this problem over here. Oh, thank God there's a problem. I can go answer that question. I can go do this, all that stuff. I go through all these different things and I didn't do it. You know why? I'm a freaking good negotiator. I negotiated with myself on something that I need to do in order for my long-term health. But guess what? If you guys, all of you, were on my phone watching me since I got up at 8 o'clock, I'd have been a machine. I'd have jumped right into the cold plunge and I wouldn't even have squealed about it. And I would have got out and I would have worked out and I would have got my oxygen therapy and I would have got in my red light bed and I would have had a perfect breakfast because you all were watching. So if you find an environment that will force you to do what you're meant to do, then you're good. I need it, and I'm rich. You need it too. I needed it for my network marketing success. You need it for yours as well. I don't care how much you're making. I know there's $1 million earners on this Zoom right now that should be at $1 million a month. And if they had the right accountability, they would be. They'd rip up their list of excuses. They'd rip up all of their blame and all of their justification and all of their negotiations. They'd rip it all up because their vision is bigger. But they needed it too. They needed accountability. What is your accountability structure? Let me give you some ideas, right? One, tell the world what you're going to do. Once you go here, here's where I am, here's where I'm going to be, here's the difference. Tell the world about this. Tell the whole world about this. Tell the world about this. About what you're going to do. Tell everybody. Make it loud. Ask your family and your friends to hold you accountable to this. Ask your upline to hold you accountable. Get a workout partner to hold you accountable. Get in the community that will hold you accountable. As if you have the entire world watching you. If the next 12 months was a reality show about network marketing and you were the star, no matter where you are right now, and you had a crew following you around, and you had access to resources, right? Now, let's say I moved into your house with you, and as one layer of accountability, we had a camera crew following for 12 straight months, no matter where you are right now. So you had coaching, and you had accountability, and you had either future embarrassment or future fame for what was going to happen over the next 12 months, what would you do? You'd do something different, wouldn't you? If I showed up to your house tomorrow and said, like, okay, I guess we're going, it would help. 100%. All right? Here's the big question. What percentage of your potential are you currently operating on? And I'll tell you my percentage of my potential is maybe 10%. Maybe 10%. And every time you take a step, you go, oh my gosh, I'm still playing small. I'm still in the kiddie games. What is going on? What percentage of your total potential, if they're the absolute ultimate version of you, if you met that person 5 years from today, what would be different about them? The ultimate version of you. What percentage are you working on? What would happen if you just increased that by 10% in the next 12 months? I'm trying to make some quantum leaps in my life. I hope you do the same. All right, so now let's talk about taking a team audit. We've talked about personal stuff right now, okay? Let's talk about team audit. We're going to go a little faster now because in the next 50 minutes, I want to be done with all the goals, and then we're going to go into an exercise, okay? I'm going to fill your funnel with prospects. We're going to do it together, okay? We're going to do it together. I'm going to fill your funnel with prospects, and we're going to do it together before we get off this Zoom. All right? And this is actually a test. This is going to be between 2 and 3 hours. I don't know exactly how long, but it's a test. Some of you are trying to set goals for next year, and you can't get through this 3 hours. The butterflies are flying around, and there's notifications popping up, and you're thinking about the wrong things, and you're scrolling into different places, and you're checking your emails and all this stuff. Hey, if you can't get through 3 hours, 12 months is going to be harder. Just telling you. So team audit. I want you to find out right now, or I want you to set a goal to find out, what do you have to work with? Who do you have to work with? And what I'm going to suggest that you do, whether it's if you have a small team, you could do this all yourself. If you have a large team that you might need to delegate this, but I would love for every one of you to take a deep inventory. Write those 2 words down. Deep inventory of your existing team. Active or inactive, it doesn't matter. They all joined for a reason. Everybody you could possibly set up a 15-minute Zoom with, set up a 15-minute Zoom with them between now and the end of the year. Deep inventory. Deep inventory. I want you to find out, if you have 10 people on the team, I want you to have a 15-minute talk with those people and just find out if they're going to be one of the assets that you can work with in the next 12 months or not. Individually, yes. Individually. So ask them all. Deep team audit. If you got a lot of people, you're going to have to delegate this amongst everybody on the team. But 15 minutes, I'll give you the questions to ask them in a moment. 15 minutes each, active or inactive. You can do 4 an hour. In an 8-hour day, you can do 32. If you don't have a team, just take an inventory on yourself and you're fine. Okay, don't worry about that. If you have a team, deep inventory. The deeper you can go, the better. The more individual, the better. Group inventory is almost worthless. Deep inventory is very, very valuable. So what are their strengths and weaknesses? Who do you have? What are their strengths and weaknesses? And how can you best help them? These are the questions you're going to be asking yourself is, who do I have? What do I got? Do I have anything? Where are their strengths and their weaknesses? And how can I help them? Okay? So I'm going to go to the next slide, so make sure you got all this. Who do you have to work with? What are the strengths and weaknesses? And how can you best help them? So individual Zooms, 15 minutes. Here are the 5 things that I need you to ask them. Generally, you can adjust this, of course. Number 1, you joined this business for a reason. What was it? It's the first question. You joined this business for a reason. You joined for a reason. How do I clear again? Huh? Oh, you erased them all?
Yes.
Okay.
Create a new slide.
How do I create a new slide?
Home button.
Up there?
No, home button. Another
Here. Technology.
plus. Well, this, no.
Oh, bad one. All right, hold on. Here? Here. How do we close this? Technology, man. Got it. All right, so ready? 5 basic questions. 1, joined for a reason. Jeez, it's so bad. My gosh. This is terrible. Joined for a reason. What was it? Find out. They joined for a reason. What was it? Number 2, 2024 is going to be epic. Want to join me? Number 3, I need 3 things. If we're going to work together. And only 3. Number 1, you need to be willing. Number 2, you need to be coachable. And number 3, you need to be hungry. I don't know what's going on in your life, but if you're willing, you're coachable, and you're hungry, that's all I need. You'll get all of my time. If you're willing, coachable, and hungry. If you're not, it's fine. No big deal. But I'm going to be working. If you don't have a team to do Zooms with, Valerie, just do this with yourself. No problem. Just save this for when you do have a team. Okay? No worries. So, 4th question. Here's how I'm going to know if you're willing, coachable, and hungry. I'm going to be giving you assignments. Not that I'm your boss, not that I'm a big shot. I'm going to be giving you assignments that will help you become independent from me, help you get productivity, help you get results. I'm just going to be using assignments to be able to help you. Okay? So, I'm be using assignments based upon your willingness to accept them. Then we'll go. And number 5, let's do this together. Now we'll talk about, leave that whiteboard up there for a second. You joined for a reason. What was it? 2024 is going to be amazing. It's going to be epic. I've never been more on fire. I'm never going to be more excited. I've never been more excited. I've never been more focused. I'm going to go crush 2024. You want to join me? I know you joined for a reason. All I need to work with you personally is 3 things: that you're willing, you're coachable, and you're hungry. That's it. Because I'll invest all kinds of personal time. And if you're not willing, coachable, and hungry, it's totally okay. Even if you want to go grow your business, it's fine. But you'll get more group time from me. I'm going to be using assignments to kind of help guide you and guide myself through this process. And let's do this together. You want to do this together? I know you joined for a reason. I know you have unfinished business here. Let's go. Why not? Let's go have an adventure. Let's do something spectacular. Let's do something amazing. There's something powerful when you say let's, okay? Let's do this together. Now, we're going to be talking about a game plan quickly in a few minutes. How? Because you can add a game plan to this. So if I come back to this and I say, here's these 5, let's do this thing together. Now, let me tell you my plan. I've got a plan. I've got a plan for this year to be amazing. I've got a plan for this year to be spectacular. Do you want to be part of this? You want to do this with me? Come on, let's go. Okay? And we're going to talk about plan. But here's what I'm going to tell you about this deep audit. It is easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead. It's easier to give birth than raise the dead. So here's what I'm saying. I don't want you to spend all the time talking to dead people. That's metaphorical. Talking to people who are wildly inactive or disconnected. Okay? I don't want you to spend a lot of time with that. But I think at this moment, you should give every single person on your team a chance. This is a window. Give them all a chance. Just schedule a Zoom. Say hi, happy holidays. Let me ask you a few questions. And look, if they aren't willing, coachable, and hungry, if they don't follow instructions, even when you make them easier and easier, you just need to learn to discipline your disappointment and say, this is not their time. It's okay. But give everybody a chance. Don't count on anything, but give everybody a chance. Know this. Please know this. You have two businesses. You're in the building business and you're in the rebuilding business. Don't think build it once, have it forever. That's never been true for any company or any industry in the world. You're in the building business and you're in the rebuilding business. Some of you are rebuilding right now. You're broke, you don't know where to start, Zoom user, let me just tell you. Start where you are. Admit that you're broke and go to work. You can do this. If you have a company and you're connected to that company, you have everything that you need. You just need to get out of your head and into action. Building or rebuilding. Now, next, I want you to audit, and we're going to have to speed up. I want you to do a team. I want you to audit the assets and resources that you have. What can you use for leverage? Okay? I just want you to make a list, like in any business. What are my assets? What do I got in the warehouse? What do I have in employees? What do I have in skills? What do I have in market share? What do I have? Right? In resources that I can use with this team that said yes to these things and they're ready to go, plus what I'm going to recruit, I'm going to go add people to the team. I know slides are going fast, man. I get it. I'm just thinking out loud, Danny. Is there a way? Well, hold on. Turn my mic off for a second. Come here. I just have to, I'm going to answer a question, so just hold on. All right, it's 2 minutes. You lost sound because I didn't want you to hear what I was talking about. So we'll know in a couple minutes. Now, assets and resources. What can you use for leverage? Team. Slide for me. Thank you. Team. What do you have on your team? We just talked about taking inventory. What do you have for tools? What are the tools that are working in the marketplace? What are the tools that would work? What do you have? Make a list. I have this, 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 I have this. What are the events that your team or your upline or your company has in place? I have this event, this event, this event. That's an asset, right? That's an asset for you to be able to leverage. What do you have in terms of travel? Do you have people on your team willing to travel? Because that's an asset. If they were traveling and you're traveling, examples of tools: a video, a website, an app, an audio, something, a printed report, a PDF or something. Okay? Understand? What are the events? In person and virtual. What are the Zoom events that are happening inside your organization? What are just tell me. Just mute my mic. Hold on. Bring me back. Okay, so here's the deal. Here was our plan. Our plan was register for this free webinar, and then people who don't register and watch it later, we're going to charge them $9.95 for the replay. Okay? And this was going to be live. It was only going to happen one time. But what we just negotiated is everybody who registered up to this moment, we're going to send you the replay of this so you have it, okay, for free. You don't have to pay for it. Anybody who goes to register later is going to have to pay. You know, other people on your team. Okay, so thank you, team, for rolling with the punches with me. It might not be pretty exactly how we do it, and don't be too demanding. We are giving this stuff for free. All right. You're welcome. Well, thank the team because they're going to have to make all this stuff happen. So let's get back to it. Team, tools, events, travel, communication platforms. How are you communicating with your team? Do you have groups on Facebook? Do you have groups on Telegram or groups on WhatsApp? Is there any chats that are going on within the organization that you can leverage in order to be in more communication with your team? Okay. What accountability systems and groups can you create? Let's say a bunch of people on the team decide that they're going to get to a certain rank. Can you create an accountability system or a group around the people dedicated to getting to that rank? If you're watching this right now, Linda, you're already registered. So we'll just send you an email after this is done and we'll show you how you get access to this. So don't worry. When I say, what do I mean by travel? How much are you willing to travel? How much are the people in your team willing to travel in order to be able to go spread the word about your business? Okay. So what are the accountability systems and groups? Can you create that around people wanting to get to a certain rank? Can you create that around certain activities? Can you create that around anything that is income producing activity? What do you have? And then technology. What technology do you have? What apps, what services, what systems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What technology do you have? Now, if you saw GoPro, we announced a partnership with the organization called NowSite. This is an AI app that will help you with social media posting. It's really cool. Those of you who are connected with it already or playing around with it, it's pretty amazing. So we have the demo presentation from GoPro, which is about an hour long, and we're including a free trial for anybody who wants to check it out in the month of December. That free trial is going to end at the end of the month. If you get this barcode or go to this link, you can watch the demo, watch exactly how long it's going to be, how you can use it to grow your business. So take that barcode or grab that and you can start your free trial. When you go to there, make sure you save this site, nmpro.ai. That's what the first link and the barcode is going to send you to the replay of the demo. The free trial is if you go to nmpro.ai. That's going to give you a free 30-day trial. Okay. Nothing different than what you saw at GoPro if you were there already. Okay. So this technology I think will help you. It's helping a lot of people already. I find it spectacularly amazing. All right. So let's get into, if you got that, I hope you got that. No, there's no affiliate opportunity connected to that at all. It's just a straight product partnership from us to you. The Purple's Too Dark, nmpro.ai is where you sign up for the free trial. The other link and the barcode is to watch the demo. Got it? Write it down. Wonderful. Now, let's talk through how to develop a better you. You ready? How do you develop a better you? I'm not going into the weeds on NowSite. Go figure that out. Developing a better you. Here's the first thing I want you to hear from me, and please listen to me. You ready? You listening? You are enough. Right as you are, right where you are, with your difficulties and your challenges and your situations and your limiting beliefs and your circumstance and your environment, you're enough. There's nothing wrong with you. Can you be a better version of you? Sure. There's nothing wrong with you as a person. Some of you just might need to challenge some of your thinking. I challenge my thinking every day. How am I thinking? Am I thinking strong enough? Am I being bold enough? Is my vision and my imagination grand enough? Some of you need to challenge some of your thinking. Some of you need a plan or a better one. Your thinking's okay, but you don't have a plan. And some of you need to be in the right environment. But you're enough. If you ever wondered, like, maybe this is not meant for me, please don't let that sink its teeth into your mind and your imagination. It's not true. You're enough. Number 2, to developing a better you. Be willing to accept embarrassment. I believe, truthfully and honestly, that your willingness to accept public humiliation is a requirement for greatness. Your willingness to accept public embarrassment, shame, all of that is required. You watch some of the titans of business today. You look at the Jeff Bezos. He was laughed at. He was absolutely humiliated. He was mocked for selling books on the internet. Elon Musk talked about his plans to go to space, and the astronauts that he worshiped and respected, those astronauts themselves laughed at him and publicly mocked him. You don't think that's true? Go look it up on YouTube. You can watch the 60 Minutes interview when Elon Musk talks about how hard it was and how emotional he got even in the interview. You know why there's so many people who came from nothing and made success of themselves in network marketing? As a percentage, you know why? Because they didn't have any social esteem to lose. They were already embarrassed. They were already humiliated. They were already put down. They were already shut down. So they had nothing to lose. People already categorized themselves, or categorized them in a certain category. I had 18 jobs before I joined network marketing at 23 years old. 18 of them. You don't think everybody in the family was worried about Eric? Everybody was. Think my friends were expecting great things from me? No, they weren't. But you've got to be willing to accept the fact that it's going to be ugly before it's pretty. You can't get better and look good at the same time. It's going to look awful. You're going to make mistakes. You got to stop treating yourself so seriously. And shrug it off and say, oh gosh, I made another mistake. Okay, no problem. I'm still going forward. You can't stop me. Don't take yourself so seriously. Be willing to put yourself in challenging situations and just deal with it. Just handle it. Just smile and say, yeah, guess I screwed that up. Doesn't matter. None of it matters. Here's what does matter. If you plan, do, review, you can accomplish anything. If you, easier said than done, bullshit. It's not. You just have to do it. You don't think I was embarrassed? You don't think I was humiliated? You got to be willing to put yourself in those situations and just deal with it. Just shrug it off. Be a pro. I've learned this. Some people say, And I'm not calling you bullshit when I say that, but it triggers me because I don't want you to buy into this excuse. Some people think if you succeed in business, the only thing necessary is you just don't quit. If you just don't quit, you'll succeed. And that's not true. You have to not quit and get better every day. You have to not quit and keep going. You have to not quit and learn more skills. You have to not quit and hold yourself more accountable. You have to not quit and. Not quitting. How many people do you know that's been in the business for forever and they've never had a breakthrough and they think if they just keep hanging around, something's going to change, but they're not changing. Get better every day. You know what I figured out? And I'll draw this out for you. There are no good experiences and there are no bad experiences. Just learning experiences. I'm talking about business. There are no good experiences and no bad experiences. Just learning experiences. Now let me ask you another question. Do you learn more from success or from failure? Which is a better teacher? Success is actually a terrible teacher. We're all acknowledging you can learn some from success, but most of the time we really learn from failing. And yet we're so afraid to fail. We're so afraid to be embarrassed. We're so afraid to be humiliated that we won't give us a chance to fail. Now, listen. When you really understand this, you'll understand that you need to fail more. You need to fail forward. You need to have more experiences, good or bad, so you can get the feedback in order to be able to learn. Do you understand? All progress is perfection. Just move and learn and move and learn and move and learn and move and learn and move and learn. Now, listen, let me show you this again, and I'll try not to screw up this board one more time. Look at me. I'm figuring it out. Now, plan. This changed my life. You're going to set goals. You want to change everything. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Those 3 words changed my life. No kidding. Changed my whole life. And what does this mean? You make a plan for whatever it is you want to do, to recruit, to sell, to duplicate, whatever. Make a plan. You go do that plan. And then you get feedback immediately. As soon as you're done doing the thing, you review what worked, what didn't. Somebody punches you in the face, business-wise. Well, that wasn't fun. What could I learn from that? What could I do better next time? You know, were they just an asshole or was I an amateur? What do I need to learn from this experience? What value can I get out of it? I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to do it. I'm going to review it. And guess what? After the review, what am I going to do? Make a better plan. And do it again. And then review that. And then make a better plan. And do it again. And review that. And make a better plan. And do that. And review that. You know what I realized? Once this sunk its teeth into my head, I realized for the first time in my life, nobody can stop me. I can go to the top in my company and not a single person can stop me. Politics can't stop me. My upline can't stop me. You know, the fact that I don't have any money can't stop me. Nothing can stop me. Because if you just improve 0.3% per day using plan, do, review on anything that you want to get better at, be willing to make a plan, be willing to be embarrassed here, be willing to be humiliated here, and then review it, make a better plan, get 0.3% better per day. That's 100% better in 1 year. But here's the magic of this. This is part of my life now. When I made a plan for this training, we're doing it. I'm going to review it afterwards, and next time I'll do better. In year 2, it's 200%. In year 3, it's 400%. In year 4, it's 800%. In year 5, it's 1,600%. In year 6, it's 3,200%. In year 7, it's 6,400%. Plan, do, review on tiny little things. Now listen. I started at minimum wage when I'm 23. So how did I go from minimum wage to $1 million a year by the time I'm 29? You know how? This. Make a plan, be willing to be humiliated, be willing to be embarrassed, be willing to do it messy, be willing to do it before I'm ready, be willing to put myself out there, be willing to handle it, and then review. Okay, what did I learn from this? Go make a better plan. Do it again. Review, make a better plan. And I just realized, it almost, I feel like I'm going to church here right now, you like preaching, but I realized and I got strength in the fact, you know what my secret weapon was? It was this. And anybody who wasn't doing this, I would outlast them all. And when somebody quit my company or, disappeared or got discouraged, got their feelings hurt, got embarrassed, got complacent, I just went, another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. I literally gained strength when I came back to the next event and somebody else wasn't there. I had the secret weapon. Plan, do, review. Some people just do. And a lot of you are just plan. And you never do the thing because you're not willing to be embarrassed. And then if you do the thing, you get bad feedback. Your review is, I'm not doing that again. That's terrible. That sucks. I'm not doing that. Don't make me do that again. I don't want to do that. That's scary. Like, no. The scary is what makes it great. The scary is what teaches you the lesson. The scary is what's going to make you better so you can go back and make another plan. While other people are stuck here or stuck here, you're never stuck. Plan, do, review, and you can accomplish anything. I decided I never lose. You can't beat me. Either I win or I learn. You can't beat me. You can't humiliate me. You can't shame me. You can't stop me from taking action. You can't stop me from getting better. You can't stop me from learning. You can't stop me from growing. I win or I learn. Period. It's compound growth on you. It's compound growth. How do you go from nothing? Some of you are nothing, dead broke, to $1 million a year. Took me 7 years to do it with this. So it doesn't matter where you start. It matters if you grow. I want you to grow. Another thing I will tell you is give yourself radical permission to think bigger. Radical permission to think bigger. The world is not served by you playing small. Think bigger for yourself. It's okay to want the good life for you and your family. It's okay for you to want to be able to earn more and to have more choices and freedoms. It's okay. Think bigger for your team. Pour that belief into your team. Think bigger for them. If they don't think big for themselves, you think big for them and tell them about that over and over and over. Think big. Let me give you an example, all right? Now, I want you to play along with me, okay? I don't know where you are today, but what would be an acceptable, what you would consider success for monthly income a year from today for yourself? It was a good year. You're satisfied. It's not the top, but you're satisfied. What number per month would be a good year for you? You'd like, this is successful. Be honest. What's a good number? I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I know you're putting it in the chat, but please make sure you're writing it down as well. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds to think about it. A monthly number a year from today. You consider that a good year. You know, you faced your fears, you improved, you got better. We'll wait another 20 seconds. Make sure you write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down. Don't just put it in the chat, write it down. If you're broke today, hey, your number might be small, whatever. Just in earnings from your network marketing business. Got it? Okay, now everybody pause. Pause. Stop typing. Stop typing. Willing, coachable. You're coachable. Stop typing. Okay, good, wonderful. Stop typing. Come on, you said you're going to be coachable. Good, thank you. Now, I want you to think about it. I don't want you to put in the chat. Stop typing. I don't want you to put this in the chat. I just want you to think about what you're going to need to become in order to be able to make that a reality. What needs to change between you, your team, your thoughts, your beliefs? I don't want you to type it in. I just want you to think about it. What needs to change in order for that to happen? For that to occur? What needs to change? What do you have to get better at? Think of all those things, okay? And hopefully you realize this is doable. Now, I want you all, you don't need to put it into the chat. I just want you to write it on paper. I want you to double the number. Whatever the number that you wrote down, I want you to double it. Double it. Don't put it in the chat. I want you to write it down. Double it. No, you don't have to stop the chat. This is come on, Eric. It's not a trillion. Come on, let's go. But just, we're not going to be able to control 20,000 people. But when you double it, what happens in your head? You're like, whew, okay. And if that feels weird to you, good. I want it to feel weird. I want it to feel weird. I want you to go, holy moly, that's too much. But then I want you to think, is it possible? And the answer is yes, it is possible. And what would have to change in order for you to get there? Okay? Now, I want you to double it again. Double it again. And you're like, come on. It's ridiculous. Right? So, don't worry about the chat, people. People are going to chat. I don't care. Makes you sweat a little bit, scares you a little bit, freaks you out a little bit. Good. I will tell you, it might not seem real right now, but if you change your imagination, you give yourself radical permission to mentally go there and to imagine there and start to create a plan towards getting there. I cannot tell you how many people have come to me, tapped me on the shoulder and said, remember when you did the double-double? We thought it was a total joke, but we did it. It took us 3 years, but we did it. I mean, my number monthly now is crazy. Never in my wildest dreams. I mean, what I earn in a month today or in network marketing, when I first started, I remember a person telling me that he wanted to make $2,000 a year for every year he was old. So if he's 25, he wanted to make 50,000. 26, he wanted to make 52. 27, he wanted to make 54. 28, wanted to make 50, whatever, 6. And I was like, that sounds good, man. That's a lot of money. Kiddie games. Kiddie games. So if you will let yourself, give yourself a radical permission to go to the double-double and then back up and say, okay, what do I have to become? What do I have to do in order to be able to turn that vision into reality? That's going to change everything for you. And one more reminder, and maybe take a picture of this last screenshot. In the process of all this, be kind to yourself. Be nice. Give yourself some grace. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows where you came from. Nobody knows how much struggle you've gone through. They don't know your pain. They don't know the stuff that was poured into your subconscious brain, before the age of 10. They don't know. And you're trying to figure it out. And I don't want you, with all this big talk that we're talking about, to feel less than. I want you to be kind to yourself in the process. I want you to give your imagination permission to go there. I want to give yourself radical permission to think bigger and still be kind to yourself today. Okay? Your imagination can go there, but don't use it to beat yourself up because you're not there. We're in a business that sometimes comparison can be painful. We see somebody else who started when you started, and they're going fast and you're going slow. Sometimes it's frustrating. I get it. I understand it. Comparison used to really bother me. And I learned at the time to compare myself to myself yesterday. And so long as I was getting better and I knew that compound growth was going to kick in, if I kept getting better, plan, do, review, then my time was going to come. And now they say comparison is the thief of joy. And in some levels it is. But I got to be honest with you. It isn't for me now. Comparison is the best thing in the world for me right now. There's nothing that I love more than somebody who shows me what's possible and reminds me that I'm playing small. I'm friends with some billionaires. My age. They're playing huge. They're doing what I used to think was impossible. And every time I'm like, damn it. Why am I thinking I'm such a big deal? I am not that big a deal. And I got to get out of the kiddie games. I am in the kiddie games. I'm telling you right now. Some of you might look at it, well, look at your life. It's amazing. It's this, it's that. No. The network marketing profession is in the kiddie games. 190 billion is nothing. Top company doing 8 billion or so in sales, that's nothing. There should be 5, 10, 20 companies doing 20 billion or more. We're all playing in the kiddie games. It's just a matter of perspective. So if you're emotionally prepared to let that fire you up, some comparison, find somebody that can be your pacer, that say, I'm staying up with them. I'm going to pass them, not to make them go slow or for me to go faster. Find somebody that pushes you and will not let you play small. Put yourself in rooms that you're the smallest, least significant person in the room and let them pull you up. Okay? Now, and if that's too painful for you right now, fine, got it. Compare you to you. Compare you to yesterday's you. Can you just improve a little bit? Did today showing up, are you proud of yourself? Did this information help you today to make yourself a better version? All right, we're going to keep going, all right? We're going to go for another hour. I'm here for serious people. And we got an exercise to do, and I got a lot of stuff to go through, okay? So throw that last slide back up again, please. You're enough. Be willing to accept embarrassment. Plan to review, and you can accomplish anything. Give yourself radical permission to think bigger, and in the process, be kind to yourself. All right, now, personal goals. This is going to be a long list, and actually just throw the whole list up. I want you to take a picture of this list so we don't have to spend time writing it down. The plan, do, review board, Violet, is super easy. It's got 3 words: plan, do, and review. That's all you need. That's all you need. Make a plan, do it, review it. When you're done with this webinar, review it, make a plan for the rest of the day. Do that, review it. All right, so here's the personal goals that I want you to think about for our business. Okay? Never mind, it's right there in front of me. I was thinking it is here. Focus. Number 1 is focus. I want you to set a goal in terms of your laser focus for 12 months. Can you not look right or left? For 12 months. Can you be closed for business on any other entrepreneurial venture? For the next 12 months. Can you put the blinders on what you want to accomplish? Can you take all the time, the focus distractor things out of your life? Can you reduce television? Can you reduce scrolling mindlessly on the internet? Can you reduce consuming more content in the media than you are producing? What I try to do, or at least it's the goal, I've never been able to do it, but is to produce more content than I consume. That's hard. That's hard. To put more out in the world than you consume, it's amazing if you can do it. But here's what I'm asking for. 1 year. Give me 1 year of total focus like you never have in your life. Laser beamed focus. Your purpose. Next is your skill development. For this next year, you're going to work on your skills. You're going to strengthen your skills. You're going to develop your skills. You're going to enhance your skills. And whatever skills you need to develop, whether it's recruiting, duplication, whatever you need to develop, think about that. Third is your time commitment. Yes, you're going to have a recording for the webinar. Third is your time commitment. What is your time commitment? What's your goal? And how are you going to hold yourself accountable? I would ask you to create your time commitment and make the rest of your world work around that. Your time commitment for your network marketing business. Make the rest of the world work around that. Then you try and fit it in around the rest of the world. Your personal customer goals. Your personally enrolled distributor goals. The next one's a big one, actually. Destination event attendance. How many people are you going to have at your next destination event? What I mean by that is somebody sleeping in a strange bed. They're not at home. They have to go somewhere, travel somewhere. What, for your company convention, your regional events, whatever, your team retreats, whatever it is, set goals around this. Create a calendar and set goals around how many you're going to have at these events. Next, this is a big one, new core rank goals, new core rank growth. A core rank in your business is a rank that you'll have to typically, you can ask your upline what your core rank is in your company, but a rank that you can get to in 30 to 60 days with a serious effort. It doesn't always have to have structure to it, but sometimes it has some structure to it. You can build that building block and get all the way to the top. And it usually earns, if it's qualified at that rank, $300 to $500 a month. So think about a rank in your company that meets that criteria. What I want you to do is track how many new people qualified at that rank every month and be diligent about making sure that number never goes down. What are your goals around the new rank, core rank growth over the next 12 months? Next one, how many on your team have 10 recruits or more as a percentage of your group? This is a key goal. If I'm working with you personally, this is a key goal. How many people on your team have 10 or more recruits in their life? Not in a month or in a year, in their life. That's a special group of people. If it's 0, start with you, Natalie. And then once you have 10, find out which of those 10 wants to do the same thing and repeat, repeat, repeat. Next is lines of significance. You could determine what a line of significance is. Business recruits, not customer recruits, Tova. A line, a sponsorship line. A line you start, whatever your compensation structure is. How many significant lines do you have now? How many significant lines do you want to have by the end of the year? So think about how many lines of significance are going to serve your purpose to be able to hit your double-double goal. Start there, or at least at your double goal. Start there. And then work backwards as far as how many lines of significance you need in order to make that happen. Increasing the true leaders on your team. Increasing the true leaders on your team. What is a line of significance? What do you feel is a line of significance? It's very difficult. It might be a certain qualified rank. It might be a certain income level inside of your organization. There's hundreds of companies represented on this Zoom, so it will be hard for me to do it. But whatever you think is a significant line. How do you have now? You know, how many do you need to have in order to be able to do what you need to do? Increasing the true leaders on your team. How many true leaders do you have in your organization today? How many would you like to have at the end of the year? International business expansion. Where are you today? Where are you going to be in a year? Personal rank, personal income. And then goals also on relationships. The important relationships in your business, the important relationships with your company, the important relationships with people on your team, the important relationships for, excuse me, important relationships in your family, friendships. What are your personal goals when it comes to those relationships? What can you do to strengthen those? Contribution goals. Contribution goals. I know it's a spiritual principle that if you give, you'll receive. And I wouldn't want you to give just to receive. But I got to promise you one thing. If you give, you will. If you contribute, you will receive. And there's nothing more joyous than being able to contribute to somebody that really needs help. An organization that really needs help. Give when you're not quite ready to give. I had a huge breakthrough. I talked with a business icon. His name is Harvey Mackay. Harvey wrote How to Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive and a bunch of other best-selling books. And I'm interviewing him, and he's talking about at age of 21, Harvey Mackay. This guy. Whoa, lost a book. This guy. You probably can't see it, but Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty. That's my favorite book of his. Harvey Mackay. And I said, what contributed to your life the most? He's a very successful guy. He said, at the age of 21, my dad sat me down and he said, son, starting today, 20% of your life needs to be devoted to charity, to contribution. And I said, don't worry about the book. Just look up Harvey Mackay. Don't get stuck in the weeds. Hear what I'm telling you. He said 20% of your life needs to be devoted to volunteerism. And I went, hold on. Are you talking about 20% of what you earn? He said, no. My dad told me 25% of my time. And when I was interviewing him, I'm like literally like, whoa. I didn't think about it that way at all. Because, some of us entrepreneurs have been boom and bust. When we're booming, we're giving. When we're bust, we're grinding to boom again so we can give again. But I never thought about the time. Holy moly. And he did that his whole life. His whole life. He was devoted to volunteerism 20% of his time. So, if some of you are not prepared to give financially, contribute financially, what can you do to contribute with your time? And the thing that I realized, we're influential people. Us in network marketing, we're influential. And you know what we can do with our influence? We can raise money for causes that are important. We can do toy drives. We can do bowl-a-thons. We can do walk-a-thons. There's a million things we can do. Everybody could sell junk out of their house and your teams. You can set a goal inside of your organization to raise money for some cause that's important to your organization. Nothing stopping you. Even if you're broke, you can contribute. You can use your influence in order to be able to make a difference. So set that as part of your goals, okay? Part of your 2024 to make it the best year ever. Think about who did you help, along with how did you help yourself? How did you use your influence instead of how did you just accumulate for yourself? So contribution, back to the list. Your health. What is your health goals? And then fun and entertainment. What are you going to do for fun? I love skiing. We're going this weekend. Jumping on the jet, flying out. We're going to hit the slopes. We're going to have some fun. I enjoy it. Super fun for me. A lot of things. Find stuff that fun to do with your spouse, fun to do with your kids, fun to do. And make sure that's part of your life too. You don't need to be so grim all the time. Have a little fun sometimes. So, yeah, jumping on the jet, man. I was on the jet yesterday. Help enough people. Everything will take care of itself. So, personal goals. I want you to just take a screenshot of this, take a picture of this, and I want you to think about your goals around all of these things. And then I want you to think about vision. Let's go to the next. Your vision. Your vision for you. What is your vision for you? What is your vision for your family? What is your vision for your team? What is your vision for your company? What is your vision for the world? I want you to strengthen all of them. Strengthen all of them. And what is vision? It's what do you see that isn't here yet? It's similar to faith, being able to see something that hasn't occurred yet. There's a better way and we can get there together. Let me tell you why it's worth it. Let me tell you why the sacrifice is going to be rewarded. Let me tell you why this is going to make a difference in other people's lives. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you when. Let me tell you, let's do it together. Strengthen your vision. And don't get it just so strong in your mind, but be able to communicate it to others. Because if you can share your vision for your family or your team, your company, for the world, you will not have a problem recruiting. You will not have a problem growing your income. You'll not have a problem recruiting a team, building a team, and finding leaders. You will not have a problem. Strengthen your vision. And how do you make it stronger? Plan to review. Make a vision. Put it out there. Then make it stronger. And guess what helps you see? Did I ever think, look, this is our airplane. Gulfstream 550, right? If you see the tail number, it's N550EW. Cool, huh? And that's our logo on the tail. And if you see, I don't know if you can see the top. Can you see the engines?
No.
One says bad and the other says ass. And you only get to see those if you're in the plane taking off, right? Do you think I had a vision for this? Are you kidding me? When I'm minimum wage? Nope. I had a vision to be able to afford an airline ticket. And then I had a vision to be able to fly direct instead of connections. And then I had a vision for being able to not have to buy in advance. And then I had a vision of being able to go first class instead of hoping I had enough miles or points. And then I had a vision for maybe private's possible, but a tiny little plane. And then I had a vision for the ultimate for me, to save time, to reach more people, to be an example of what's possible. It's possible. So, doesn't matter where your company is, doesn't matter where your business is, what matters is you have an opportunity and what's your vision around it. And strengthen it. Make it stronger every single day with plan to review. Next, game plan. How do you make all this real? Game plan. Number one, guard your mind from negative influence, distracting influence, people who take you away from your purpose, and feed your mind with positive inputs, good ideas, things that will help you focus. Guard your mind from negative, feed your mind with positive. It will help you focus. Next is your calendar. Calendar. Break it down. Get a physical calendar. Break it down. Your annual, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. What are the activities you're going to put in that calendar? Fill it up with events, hours, activities. Your calendar is very, very important. Break it all down. If I'm working with you personally, I'm going to say, show me your calendar for the next 12 months. And you say, what? Show me your calendar. Your calendar for tomorrow is fine. I want to know the calendar for the next 12 months. What's in the calendar? And all the things that I just described in the screenshot before, the slide two slides ago, all of those things need to go in there. Your fun needs to go in there. Your contribution needs to go in there. Your health needs to go in there. Everything goes in there. And here's a tip. Front load your year. Whatever you're planning to have by the end of the year, try and do as much as you can early in the year. Your calendar. Calendar everything. I want to see your calendar, and then I'll be able to see where you're going to go. Calendar. Front load the year and think about slow seasons. Manage slow seasons. In the summer, you might have to do something special. After Christmas and before January 15th, you're going to have to do something special. Strong daily method of operation. What is your daily method of operation for you and your team? What basic things are you going to be doing every day? Next in your game plan is tighten your systems. Make your systems tighter. Your systems on everything. Systems on how to get customers, how to recruit, how to have more retention, how to get people to core rank, how to get people to attend events. Your communication systems, your recognition systems, everything. Tighten your systems. Next is insert campaigns and challenges when necessary. Insert them when necessary. Tighten your accountability. If you tighten your accountability, hold yourself accountable, help your team to be held accountable, you're going to get more done, for sure. So you're going to take all your things, right? What I mean by tighten is make them cleaner, simpler, more understandable, more duplicatable. That's what I mean by tighten. If you have a few people that are being held accountable, how can we get more people to be held accountable? Tighten it up. Next is commitment. I need you to make a commitment. You have it within you. You've been negotiating with yourself for years. I need you to make a commitment. This is my year. 2024 is my time. And you need to rip up your last story. The last, well, I've been around for this and that. All your story, it's time for you to rip a new page and just say, you know what? I've been messing around in the past. I decided 2024 is my year. Watch me go. Make a commitment, please. Make a commitment, please. Not a goal, not a resolution. It's going to be gone in a couple of weeks. A commitment, all in. Here's what successful people do. They say yes before they're ready. They tell the world before they even have it figured out. And then they figure it out. This is what successful people do. They say yes, tell the world, figure it out. Guess what everybody else does? They try to figure it out first. Then they say yes quietly. And they only tell the world if it works out. That's what average people do. Extraordinary people do this order. They say yes before they're ready. Say yes before they have the money. Say yes before they have the time. Say yes. Then they tell the whole world. And then they figure it out. They just handle it. They make it happen. Stop negotiating with yourself. 1 year of complete dedication. Even if you're part-time. I'm not saying you have to be full-time. With the time that you have, take care of your family with whatever you're doing to make money. But in the time that you have, be all in on that time. Next is decision. Once you make the commitment, it's decision time. Get mad if necessary. I've actually found that getting mad is helpful. It really is. It's helpful. Get mad that you're crawling. Get mad that you're sitting in this small place. Get mad that you're allowing other people to make you play small. Get mad that you're at this stage of your life and you don't have more to show for it. Get mad at your bad habits. Get mad. You need to. I think it helped me to get mad, to go all in. 1 year to change your life. 1 year to help other people change their lives. Here's what successful, all of you need to do. You need to, number one, you need to think bigger than you're currently thinking. The world is not served by you playing small. Think bigger. That's why I gave you the double-double. Think bigger. Get mad. Get pissed off. Get after it. Think bigger than other people. If other people aren't making fun of you for how big you're thinking, you're not thinking big enough. If other people aren't quitting your business because you're just so over the top relentless, then you're not big enough. Some people get one or two people complain in their lives, and then they stop thinking bigger because, gosh, I don't want to offend anybody. And in exchange for not offending somebody who come in and out of their life, won't make a difference, are not going to be here 5 years from now or 10 years from now, they trade the approval of that stranger for playing small for the rest of their life. The world's not served by you playing small. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes you. Think bigger, bigger, bigger. You need to be the biggest thinker in your orbit. And then get in another room with people who think bigger than you. Have them stretch your imagination. Think bigger. Number two, you need to be stronger. Stop whining. Stop complaining. I don't have a team. I don't have any money. I don't have any time. Stop it. There's millions of people that had the same exact circumstances you have right now and decided to deal with it. Odette's 72 and a half years old. I'm 59. I'm about to be 60. You think I like that number? I do not like that number, but it's not an excuse. I'm entering my prime. I'm just entering my prime. And 72, you know what you got? Wisdom. Hopefully that you can pass on to other people. Show these kids. Show these kids what you got left in the tank. But don't allow any of these things to be an excuse. I don't want to hear about it. Think bigger, be stronger. If you're just going to be weak, you're just not going to be in my orbit for very long. I won't handle it. I can't handle it. Be stronger. And number three, move faster. Success loves speed. If you're going to do it, do it. Make this year be your year. Stop messing around. I want you to just get fired up. I want you to just like, damn, I'm tired of this. All of you have done something in your life, all in. And you see what happens when you do that. Something. I just need you to direct that something to your network marketing business for the next 12 months. I just need you to direct that desire, that commitment, that all in, that to making things better. So in a few minutes, we're going to start this process together. We're going to do it live. So all business is conversation. I want you to write that down. All business is conversation. And if you want to have a bigger business, you need to have more conversations. And I'm going to help you start the conversations during this training in the next 40 minutes. I'm going to help you start during this training. We're going to do a live conversation challenge together. This is going to help you close 2023 strong and set up 2024 to be your best year ever. But before we do that, when you're talking about strengthening your mindset, learning how to recruit, learning how to duplicate, having accountability, connecting with a like-minded group of people, all these things to be able to achieve your goals, how many of you would like some help? Put a number 7 in the chat if you'd like some help with accountability, community, recruiting, mindset, duplication. Because I'd like to help you. If you're serious, guess what I need? I need you to be willing, number 1. I need you to be coachable, number 2. And I need you to be hungry, number 3. If you're those 3 things, I have an opportunity with you. My time is my most valuable thing. It's the thing that I protect the most and the thing that I'm most aware of. And hopefully this webinar so far has helped you a bit, at least directionally. But if you agree, this webinar is great, but if you're a little afraid of what you're going to do when this webinar is over, or what you're not going to do, or if you're going to let life get in the way, or your limiting beliefs start to kick back in, or you're going to feel alone, all of that, I have something that I'd like to offer that can help you. You're going to have to take a step, but I'll take it with you. Okay? So here it is. I have a breakthrough boot camp. It's what I call 21 weeks to unstuck yourself. This goes from January 8th until the end of May. 21 straight weeks. This will be weekly live interactive coaching sessions like this. Smaller group, obviously. So I'm going to give very specific assignments. And then we'll do questions and answers so you're solid. Okay? $1 Million Mindset, help you get unstuck, become a recruiting machine, create duplication on your team. Okay? Show the next, please. So the first 7 weeks is just on mindset, getting out of your head and into action, reprogramming your subconscious mind. You can join from anywhere in the world. This is a virtual training experience with me and you. Okay? 7 weeks to help you develop $1 million mindset. So you can get that out of the way and stop being stuck in your head. I'll let you know how to join in a moment. The next 7 weeks is going to be just recruiting. So you can become a recruiting machine. I'll give you everything that you need to do to find unlimited prospects, to start conversations, invite, present, follow up, questions, objections, enrollment, the whole process, top to bottom, in 7 weeks. And then the third 7 weeks is all about duplication. Once you have people on your team now, you got your mindset unlocked, you got recruiting unlocked, then we're going to unlock the duplication part of your business. Okay, 7 weeks on that. So 21 weeks with me. This is the only way outside of very, very high-end masterminds you're going to be able to interact with me if you feel like I can help you. And I hope you do, because I really can. So 21 weeks. Here's the next, it includes training, obviously Q&A, live Q&A every week. Accountability, I will hold you accountable, and the community is going to hold you accountable, and community. Okay? All of that together. Many of you are registered already, I know, because we talked about this at GoPro. For those who are not, if you feel like you'd have better success in 2024 if I helped you, here's the investment. Your investment's this. Breakthrough Bootcamp, 21 weeks, it's $3,000. Here's the links. Here's the coupon code. 21 weeks of me. Okay? Figure out a way. Solve the problem. And here's what we're doing for a limited time. We're going to let you, anybody who does this, bring another person. So you can either divide the cost with 2 people, or you can do it and gift it. Okay? Divide it by into 2 people or gift it. If you have questions, if you look at the bottom, we have our professionals that can answer any questions about this. You can go to calendly.com/network marketing pro and book a time to talk with them about that. If you need to figure out payments, all these other kinds of things in order to be able to do it. For the people who say I don't have the money, I will say this to you. I understand. I've been there. They have payment plans. I'm not sure exactly what all the payment plans are, but if you go to GoProBreakthrough.com or that QR code, it'll give you all the information. Or you can schedule a call and work it out. There's lots of different ways we can work it out. But here's the thing. I understand being literally broke. When I joined my network marketing business, I was literally broke. And I say this with as much compassion. Before we start our conversation challenge, which we're going to do in just a moment, I say this with all the compassion in the world. If you don't have any money right now, your plan up till now is not working. And in order to unlock your abilities and speed up your growth, we got to get your mindset right. We got to help you with recruiting skills and duplication skills, right? Don't worry about the information. Don't worry about all that stuff. Here's how I did it. I was overdrafted to the world. I needed $5,000 to join. And I went to my dad, who had given me so many loans. My mom and dad, they were tired of giving me loans. I said, Dad, what do you think? One more time. Would you give me a loan? One more time. I'd really be grateful. One more time. Is there somebody in your life that cares about you? Is there somebody in your life who would invest in you if you let them know that you're serious enough? Is there somebody that you can work with? Nobody, Sean? Nobody? Is there something sitting in your garage that you can sell? There's nothing anywhere? You couldn't do a fundraiser? You couldn't do a GoFundMe? You couldn't do anything? I'm just telling you. And I say this with compassion because I've been there. The impossible idea is a limiting belief. I don't know how you can find a way, but I think you can find a way. I don't know how. You can find somebody. You can show them your passion. You can find somebody who will believe in you, because for you not to get a huge return on this is virtually impossible unless you just don't show up. For those of you who have the ability, let's say there's somebody in your organization that's super strong and you have the ability, maybe you can say, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to see who's hungriest on my team, and I'll have them do it with me. I'll find somebody that we can split it and partner. There's a bunch of people saying, let's partner in the chat. If people want to partner, fine. Wonderful. We'll help you do it. Okay? Or you find somebody and do it. We'll give you the link again. But I will just tell you this. You can go study what you want to study, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the stuff that I put out. Watch the replay from GoPro. You can watch this replay over and over, all of that stuff. Or you can go faster. It should be. It's an and. You can do that and go faster. Maybe something's got to back up in your life a little bit in order to be able to go where you want to go. But throw the link up one more time. Here's the link. This is what's going to make it happen. And I really want to work with you. But I need you to have a little skin in the game. I'll give you my time. I'll give you all I've got for 21 weeks. January through May. Decide. Make a decision. If you're hungry, willing, coachable, let's go. Let's crush it. Okay? Sessions start January 8th. Help you get out of your head into productivity. All right? Now, we start a conversation challenge in just a moment. Scroll down to the bottom so I can see how many people are on, Alexi. Got it. Hey, you're hanging in there. I like it. Yep. All right. Okay. This is going to feel weird, but I want you to pull out your phones. And this is the challenge. We're going to do this for about 20 minutes, and we're going to see how many we can do. Okay? Here's the challenge. How many conversations can you start in the next 20 minutes? How many conversations can you start in the next 20 minutes? I literally want you to take your phone and go to your contacts. Maybe start with Z instead of starting with A. And I just want you to say hello. Hi, how are you? That's all I want you to do. It's midnight, doesn't matter. Nobody's got their phone buzzing and beeping anyway. If it's midnight, hey, I know it's late, but I saw your name and it made me smile. How you doing? Copy and paste that. It's almost midnight. That's a limiting belief. Don't worry about it. I want you to just hang in there with me. If you want to send an email, hey, I know it's late. I want to send an email. But I'd rather you, and I don't want you to do a broadcast. This is one by one. Doesn't matter. Hey, I saw your name. Happy holidays. Hello. And if you have verbiage do I have verbiage for people who have no idea who are in my phone? I see you're in my phone and I don't know I can't remember how we met. Can you remind me? No broadcasting. Okay? So I want some of you, I'll answer questions as we do it, but we're already 1 minute in to this challenge. It's been a hot minute. How are things? No one's responding. Doesn't matter if they respond. Don't worry about responding. Don't worry about what to say. What would you say to another real human being? Hello, hi. If nothing else, just say hi. Can you messenger? Yes, it's not as good. Can you WhatsApp? Sure. Can you Telegram? Yep. If you go on Facebook, be careful, because if you do more than like 10 in an hour, they're going to block you. They're going to stop you. Right? They're going to say, okay, you're going a little too fast. Repeat what, Maddie? Here's all I want you. How many have already started on this, and how many conversations have you started already? I want you to put in the chat every couple minutes. There's 5, 10, 3. These people are starting while the rest of you are thinking. Okay? And feel free to ask questions. What are you up to these days? And I want you to just get out of your head and act like an employee. Act like I'm paying you $1,000 for every conversation you start, no matter what time of day it is. Big plans for the holidays? Driving, so doing, you get in a vehicle for 20 minutes? Thank you. Ayana, I don't want you to get hurt. If you're driving, be careful. Voice texting, even that, be careful if you're driving. Did 50? Wow, great. Keep going. We're going for another, whatever it is. We've gone 3 minutes now. What are your plans for the holidays? Holidays are here. It's all your name. Happy holidays. How's it going? 37, 20, 27. All business is conversation, everybody. All business is conversation. Get out of your limiting beliefs. Get out of your head. Texting almost 50 people. Got 15, 43, 31, 3, 41, 8, 36. You look amazing. What's your secret? Yeah, if it's real late, you want to be careful. You want to say, are you up? You might be a little bit of a mixed message there. You want to make sure it's not taken the wrong way. It's 3 a.m. there. Fine. Hey, if you text me at 3 a.m., it's not going to wake me up. Who has their phone buzzing and beeping and chiming and ringing when they go to bed? Who nowadays? Is anybody? Do you, Sandy? You have it on? Well, you have to tell me that. Turn the freaking thing off. Sandy's here, who helped me with all this, producing all this stuff. You got to tell me because I'm up and late at night and I'm sending messages. Do not disturb for the win, for sure. 100%. Yours is always on. I mean, create some boundaries. Danny doesn't have any boundaries. She keeps hers on all the time. Bing, ba-ding, ding. You go and sit in a meeting with Danny, and she's got like 14 things dinging all at the same time. Texting is fine. Email, if you feel like that's a person who is on their phone and is going to have notifications on, then send them an email. So keep going. All business is conversation. All business is conversation. All business is conversation. So keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We've gone 5 minutes. How much have you done in 5 minutes? This is giving you anxiety. Marcy, this is our business. Our business is conversation. The more conversations we have, the more those conversations are going to turn into something good. I don't want you to prospect right now. Somebody called you. Just say, yeah, hey, I'll get back to you. Let them know I'm right in the middle of something. I just wanted you to know hi, but I'll get back to you soon. Another one said, so good to hear from you. I miss you. Aw. Done 11. Out of your head into action. Out of your head into action. You already have responses. What if you only have friends or family in your phone, Robin? That's all you have? I mean, you have associates. Well, then go to your social. Pull somebody off social. Send a few messages here. Go send a few messages on Instagram. Send some DMs. 56, and that's all your phone contacts. Well, here's what we're going to learn. Nobody's replying. One is replying. 9 and 1 is replying. Oh, sweetheart. Somebody lost their mom today, so they're going to hold off. I totally get that. Sorry you lost your mom. Could not even imagine. Can you do this can you do a general on your Insta? I wouldn't. Personal. I don't do MLM a lot. Great. I'm not saying hi for any other reason than to just say hi. If you get that a lot, then what you're getting, JT has 37 messages and 17 replies already. All business is conversation. Your phone's going crazy. Plumber asked if you needed help. Love it, coach. Okay. Sent 8 on Facebook Messenger. That's all I have. Now I'm jumping through messages and stories so you don't get locked out. Good. 357 messages, 30 replies. Awesome, Carly. Amazing. 3, Coach Marilyn. Progress is perfection. Plan to review. Do some more. What are you seeing through these? How many have you sent and how many replied? Approximately. Go to the bottom so I could just see. So put how many you sent / how many have replied approximately. And I want those of you who are doing a little bit to just see that everybody else here is no different than you. 15, 10, 10, 0, 71, 30, 7 and 7, 125, 26 and 1, 87 and 26, 23 replies. A few, who is this? You can go, ha, ha, ha. You know, just keep it personal. It doesn't need to be anything else so far. We've been going 8 minutes. How many have sent more messages in the last 8 minutes than you have in the last 8 weeks? Put me in the chat. Isn't this funny? 8 minutes, people, to load up your whole month. This is going to load up your entire month. This is going to keep you busy the entire month, keeping the conversations going. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with these conversations in another 12 minutes when we're done with this quick challenge. But you just say, hey, hello, whatever. You can say whatever you would normally say to this person. What would you normally say to this person? Phone, social, email, wherever. 12 message, 4 replied, 175, 112 replies. Rochelle. Beast mode. Awesome. 20 and 1 reply. Now, while you're still going, I want you to listen to me on something. As you do this, and as you build a network marketing business, some of you are going to be rewarded for the life that you've lived. Whoa, I almost lost my water. That was quite a catch, if I do say so myself. Some of you are going to be rewarded for the life that you've lived up to this moment. You've been a giver. You've been there for people. You've contributed to the world in some way. And when you send a message, you're going to get rewarded in big, big ways. And some of you are going to get punished. Not because you're not a good person, but because you haven't been present in other people's lives. You haven't been engaged in other people's existence. You haven't been there. And I was one of those people. So I had built no credibility. I wasn't as considerate of a person. I let my insecurities and my self-conscious nature, my introverted nature, excuse me from not being totally connected in other people's lives. And because of that, I didn't get as many responses, and the responses I got were like skeptical. So I had to put in more numbers. And I had to rehabilitate my image. I had to learn how to be a giver, not just a taker. I learned how to be present and contribute to other people and not just always asking for something if I called. Tough lesson. So if somebody's getting huge response, well, good for them. They've lived a contributing life and people want to pay them back. But I didn't let that discourage me. I just realized that I have to do more numbers. Again, from my mentor, Jim Rohn. He said, if I'm just starting and if I talk to 10 people, I can get one to take a look at the opportunity or to join the opportunity, 1 out of 10. And somebody else is a superstar and they can get 9 out of 10 and the company has a contest, I'm going to win. Because I'll talk to 100 and get 10. They'll talk to 10 and get 9. I win. You can make up in numbers what you lack in reputation. You can make up in numbers what you lack in skill. But you cannot get out of this situation of business being conversation. We just have to start more conversations. What I want this to do for you is to fill your calendar, because here's the other thing I want you to do as we're doing this, and we've got 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left. Can quality be better than quantity? In my opinion, you need quantity first, and then you use plan, do, review to increase the quality. Quantity, there's no good, no bad conversations, only learning conversations. So quantity first, then feedback, and then review and have a better plan for better quality with quantity the next time. What are you saying? Just keep it a personal message. Keep it a personal message. Just keep having the conversation. Just keep talking. And think of it like tennis or pickleball is like the rage nowadays. You hit the ball over, that was you saying hello. They hit the ball back. Hi, what's up? Yeah, nothing much. I just saw your name. Thought I'd say hi. How are the holidays? Oh, holidays are fine. What do you have planned? Well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Busy time, a lot of stuff going on. They shoot back. Well, your health, family's good? Yeah, family's fine. What have you been doing? How was work this year? Work was this or work was that. And just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And at some point, there's going to be an opportunity for you to pivot. Just want you to think about pivot. You can pivot to your product that might solve a problem that they express to you. Or after the conversation, well, you can pivot the conversation to your business. You can kind of go, and believe me, let me tell you one other thing. I want you to start as many as you can start. I don't want you to stop today or in the next 24 hours until you have at least 100 conversations started. Find a way to have at least 100 at all times in process. Some of them are going to ghost you. Some of them are going to go right back in. Now, I don't want you to just batter them and batter them and batter them. The moment they respond, you just bang right back in their face and bang right back in their face. If you ever have a normal conversation with somebody, it just kind of does this, and then it kind of stops. Right? You ever done that with chat with somebody? There's no formal stop. It just kind of stops. It runs out like a normal conversation. But then you can pause. 3-4 days go by, shoot them some little funny meme that makes you think about them. Pause, shoot them this other thing. Hey, try this. They live in the same town. Try this restaurant. We just tried it. It's amazing. Pause. You'll feel when you're rushing things and when you're not. You'll feel when I have conversations with some high value people that I've had going on since April of this year. There's one billionaire that I want to do business with badly, and we're friends, okay? I want to do some business with him. I really admire him. I think he's amazing. He was going to speak at GoPro, couldn't last minute, so I was bummed out, but next time. Anyway, so I've been in conversation with him since April, end of April, mostly on text, sometimes in person. And I'm just, every once in a while, I'll shoot him something. I'll see him post on something and I'll shoot him something else. I mean, it's been, how long do you wait? Don't worry about sending another message if nobody responds. How long do you wait? I mean, you can go back through and just say, hey, is this still your number or whatever? Later, if you want to. You can use AI. You can use that Now site in order to be able to figure out what you want to say or how you want to respond to different things. It'll tell you exactly what to say. But find the rhythm that is normal. And then once you have a normal rhythm, well, either they stop responding, Courtney, or that conversation was just, there was nothing else. We're done getting caught up on the holidays. But then think about some sort of a gap, and you can come back and say, hey, I can't believe I didn't think about that. Let's say a week later. I can't believe I didn't think about this before, but I've got a project that I'm working on. And our conversation reminded me that I probably never told you about this. And I might be crazy, but there might be a fit. I could be off. I wouldn't do this right away. I could be off, but there might be a fit. And if I sent you something, would you look at it? That kind of thing. Okay? You're wondering how you track these? You can do it on paper. I'm a big paper guy, or a Google Doc, or your phone by itself. If you just go to your text messages, it's going to show you the conversations and what's got a blue dot next to it that has to be responded to and what doesn't. Don't get too hung up on it is what I'm saying. If you get 100 conversations, what if they say, I can't remember how we met? Me either. Or either remind them if you remember, or say, I don't understand why you're in my phone either. How did you get here? Who do we know that is each other? Should we be friends? No good experiences, no bad experiences, just learning experiences. What do I say to somebody who had overcoming setbacks and staying resilient in the face of challenges? Plan to review. Just get better every day. Just get better every day. Opening sentence, former vendors, clients as previous employment, previous employment. What would you say to that person if you saw their name and just say, hey, I saw your name and it reminded me of, when we worked together or whatever, and hope you're well. Get out of your head. Just, if I paid you $1,000 per conversation and you had to have at least 4 back and forths in order to get the $1,000, how much money would I be paying you if you had 24 hours to do it? A lot. One more minute. Georgia, how do you make the pivot? It's going to present itself. You ask them about their work, they're going to ask you about yours. You ask them about what's going on in their life, it might open up an opportunity for a pivot to a product. Hey, I've got this thing. It might help you. It might not, but I got this thing. It helps a lot of people. You want to try it? Just talking to people. Less than a minute, and we're going to take inventory. Less than a minute. What's the common mistakes? Is people just don't take action. That's the common mistakes. People don't take action. All right. We've now gone 20 minutes. Put your numbers in approximately. How many have you sent out and how many have responded? Got 100. It's biggest so far. It's going very fast. 150, I think I saw. Keep going. 105. Andrew. 20. 10. 50. 22. 45. 66. 23. 70. We got 111, Erica. Well done. Great name. 45. 29. 90. So, assume we have 20,000 people on this Zoom, and you're all going to commit. Rochelle did 500 and some, and you're all going to commit to doing at least 100. Okay? At least 100 conversations in the next 24 hours. What's 100 times 20,000? 2 million? 20 million or 2 million? Somebody do the math for me. 2 million. So this is an example of leverage. How we just started 2 million conversations in 20 minutes. 2 million. Now where they end, who knows? Some are going to become friends. Some are going to become customers. Some are going to become distributors. Now I want you to think, if everybody on your team, you did this exercise with them once a month just to fill up their funnel with conversations and answer their questions, and you're going to be able to answer them because you're going to be doing this more than they're doing it, right? If everybody in your team, when you start building a team, or as you grow your team, has 100 going at all times, or at least once a month, they have a fresh 100, what's going to happen? You have 10 people on your team, that's 1,000. 1,000 conversations started. How many customers are you going to get? Like 300? If you teach them how to do it well? Maybe 50 or 100? 1 out of 10? That join your business? So all business conversation, you got to get out of your head and into action. Now, what's the way for you to learn how to pivot? And what's the way, we're going to finish in 3 minutes. What's the way for you to learn how to pivot? What's the way for you to learn how to keep these conversations going? What's the way that you're going to continue to get better at doing this and teach other people how to do it? What is the way? Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Get out of your head, plan, do, review. Don't worry about perfection, plan, do, review. Be willing to be embarrassed. I don't know how we know each other. Plan, do, review. All business conversation, plan, do, review. You got to get in the game. You and your team have got to get in the game. I know you're going to get blocked. You did 50, you got blocked on social. That's going to block you. I told you. Even 10 an hour is going to block you. So they'll just pause you is what they're going to do. Your follow-up's a mess. How do you improve your follow-up? Plan, do, review. What if you don't have 100 people in your contacts? Plan, do, review. Make a plan to find more people. Do it. Review it. Make a better plan to find more people. Do it. Review it. What else? How to respond to let them introduce them to what we're doing. Plan to review. Pivot. Look for an opening. Say, by the way, reminds me, plan to review. That felt scary. If you keep doing it, I made the plan for you. You did it. Now you need to review and say, can you make a better plan for yourself when we hang this up? Can you keep this going? What is your advice for working with only cold contacts and prospecting through social networks? What do you think my answer is, Valentina? Plan to review. Ideas on finding people in countries you want to be in. How would you do that? Plan, do, review. Could you Google that question? Plan, do, review. You could. Are there specific mindset shifts that are pivotal for individuals to adopt to striving for financial independence? Of course. Guess how they're going to figure them out? Plan, do, review. I gave you a roadmap, but it's just going to get you started. And what this conversation did, and we're 3 hours in, what this conversation was meant to do, this 3-hour conversation was meant to start you with your first plan. Now, you need to do it. You need to take action. And you need to analyze the result. Get out of your head and analyze the result. Those of you who are thinking about the Breakthrough Bootcamp, let me just tell you, please get close to the fire. Let me help you. I'd love to help you. It would make me so happy. You know why I'm doing this today? The reason why I'm doing this today is for somebody out there that is willing, coachable, and hungry enough that says, you know what, it's my turn. I'm doing it for you. 20,000 people here. I came here to talk to maybe 1,000 of you. The rest of you, I hope you got some notes and hope you make it a better year. But listen, get close to the fire. Proximity is power. Get in an environment that will hold you accountable. Let me spend 7 weeks with you on your mindset, 7 weeks with you on recruiting, 7 weeks with you on duplication, 21 weeks help you get where you want to go. Let me do that. I would love that. It'd make me so happy. The results that are going to come out of this group are just absolutely over the top. So if there's any doubt in your mind, just, what did I say before? This is what successful people do. They say yes, they tell the world, and they figure it out. That's what they do. They say yes, they tell the world, and they figure it out. So one last time, throw up those last three. The GoPro 2024, the GoPro Experience 2024, you go to that page, take a picture, take a screenshot. That $47 for next year you're not going to get a better price ever, and that's not going to last long. The $197 for a VIP 3-day ticket includes the replay of this last year, which was 3 days of fire. This is your time. 2024 is your year. Do not wait till January to start. Don't you dare wait for January to start. You know why I asked you to make all these conversations? Because your calendar is going to be full of conversations and you're going to be less likely to get distracted between now and Christmas. And then immediately after Christmas, do the same thing with you and your group and load up your January with conversations. Okay? So let me just ask this before we go. Put a number 10 in the chat if you're going to be part of the Breakthrough Bootcamp, the 21 weeks. I'm just curious. How many of you are serious about it? Some of you already have. Wonderful. Makes me so happy. Be able to spend 5 months with you personally, back and forth. Figure out a way. Just figure out a way. Make the deposit, figure out a way, find a partner, chop up the costs. But take the action today. That 2-for-1 thing is good until Sunday night, midnight. And then it's $3,000 for everybody else. Do the payments, it's fine. Just lock up a spot. You can lock up a spot for $997, lock up 2 spots actually, and then be able to find somebody else to partner with if you need to, right? Email billing@networkmarketingpro.com, billing@networkmarketingpro.com. If you have some way, you need to do something with payments or whatever. If you need a partner, Stella Maris, sign up and then go find the partner. There's somebody in your company that'll do it with you, for sure. Billing@networkmarketingpro.com, okay? I'm proud of you. This is your year. This is your time. You're enough. Go make yourself proud. Make your families proud. Make the world proud. Together, we're making a difference. We started 2 million conversations today. Think about what happens when you really flex, when all of us really flex, when we just get serious about this. Everything's going to change. So mad love. And I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Crush. Keep going with those conversations. See you.